Hey guys, a little more content. It's a never-ending thing. I am loving my new chair, uh, but I figured I'd bring you something. With every one of these stolen valor investigations I do, it's kind of like peeling an onion because as you peel back the layers, the more you find out. And of course, the more they stink too as you get closer to that core. So, Fraud Wrangler, Michael Kaiser, Mr. Stolen Valor, Mr. Staff Sergeant, uh, served long enough to earn two Purple Hearts, um, RPG to the grill, broken leg. It goes on and on and on with all of his fake military career claims when in fact he attempted basic training twice and just couldn't cut it either time. But he showed a VA benefits letter now, and he supposedly started receiving his VA benefits in 2011. Now, he has gone on multiple videos and said, if you think I'm defrauding the government, then you contact the OIG. Well, it's the VA's IG office that handles these fraud cases. With that being said, when you receive benefits from the VA, it's your responsibility to keep the VA apprised of any changes in your status. And that status can be many different things, one of which is for a period of incarceration. Yes, folks, he should have notified the VA that he was incarcerated, and let's just say the VA has a whole thing about this. So let's take a look at that. Here's the incarcerated veterans page on the VA, and let's scroll down here. All right here. Let's take a look at this. Let me zoom that in a little bit. VA disability compensation payments are reduced if a veteran is convicted of a felony and imprisoned for more than 60 days. Veterans rated 20% or more are limited to the 10% disability rate. For a veteran whose disability rating is 10%, the payment is reduced by one half. Once a veteran is released from prison, compensation payments may be reinstated based upon the severity of the service-connected disabilities at that time. Payments are not reduced for recipients participating in work release programs, residing in halfway houses, also known as residential reentry centers, or under community control. The amount of any increased compensation awarded to an incarcerated veteran that results from other than statutory rate increase may be subject to reduction due to incarceration. Now, here's the kicker right here. Veterans in receipt of VA pension will have payments terminated effective the 61st day after imprisonment in a federal, state, or local penal institution for conviction of a felony or misdemeanor. Payments may be resumed upon release from prison if the veteran meets VA eligibility requirements. Failure to notify VA of a veteran's incarceration could result in the loss of all financial benefits until the overpayment is recovered. Interesting. And I had actually forgotten all about this because it's usually not that thing, but he so much stands on that. If you have a problem with me in the VA, then go ahead and call the IG's office. So now I'm curious, did he notify the VA when he was incarcerated, that change in status? Um, by my calculations, he basically owes them about 8.5 months worth of pension payments. If in fact it was only the 319 days. There were a couple of other things in there where there was a 90-day stint, so he'd have to pay back a month or whatever. I'm not sure what the entire calculations would be. But like I said, when you're dealing with stolen valor, you're peeling that onion back. And the more you peel it back, the more it stinks. So, you know, this this is how it always goes with these narcissistic type people. Same with Jeremy DeWitt. I mean, they just refuse to acknowledge their military career after they get called out. They try and let it blow over, but people keep thinking about it and they start looking at different other things that he's talking about. And, you start scratching your head. So he was receiving VA benefits in 2011, yet he was incarcerated sometime in 2012. That means he should have notified the VA of his status change, and they would have stopped his payments after his 61st day of incarceration until he was released. And they say they pay, even if you go into a work program or a halfway house or whatever, they would continue. You would be able to reinstate your benefits at that point. But your benefits are also going to be reviewed if you meet that eligibility, is what they state. So I'm assuming once released, you go back to the VA, they do a suitability to find out if your claim is valid, and then they resume your payments. So, food for thought. There's all kinds of other craziness going on. I did my early live stream yesterday. I'm not showing my taser video in this video. No, you guys can go watch that live stream if you want to see me get tased during training. It sucked, but I'll throw it out there. It's out there. You guys can see it. Frauditer Ram played it on his channel yesterday, last night. So it's out there. If you guys want to see the old Master Sergeant whining like a bitch, it's there. But I just figured I'd make this little quick video just to get this information out there so people can see it and come to their own conclusions. Did he or did he not notify the VA? Hey, with that being said, everybody have yourself a great day.